Construction. Why does it take so long? We've all experienced that 10th trip to the hardware store where we thought we had everything the first time around and turns out, nope, 10 trips later, finally, maybe we'll finish the project. Well, construction can happen in very much the same way, where as much as you plan ahead and try to make sure everything is perfect and you have everything you need before you start the work, there always ends up being something that ruins your plans. So let's talk about why construction takes so long and what do wildfires have anything to do with it. From my experience as an engineer, we're pretty good at planning for known variables. It's the unknowns that always get us, and they get us while constructing the project. So my first item is materials and availability and the lead time it takes to get those materials. So lead time is the time it takes from ordering a product until you receive it. To some extent, these lead times can be planned for because a lot of products have a standard lead time of a month, 2 months, but unforeseen circumstances can lead to unknown lead times or extended lead times. An extended lead time can severely impact the schedule of a project. If it takes longer to get a material that you're counting on to complete the construction of the project, you could be holding up the entire project on just one item. So imagine if you bought IKEA furniture and they said, we'll send you the screws in a week, and then that week turned into a month. But you've already laid out all the pieces and they're taking up all this space and you're waiting what you thought would be a week, then became a month, then maybe 2 months. Well, this can happen on the large scale of construction as well. You could be expecting a product to arrive and the manufacturer falls behind schedule. So in some cases, you can have all the other materials, but one material is holding up the entire project. The second thing that can hold up a project is code compliance and inspections. A lot of the times these things need to be scheduled weeks in advance. I've even seen where code compliance has held up a contractor for months at a time. There was even a project in my hometown that got shut down for code compliance and ended up being shut down for 12 years before someone came in and actually built something on that land. Luckily, in all my instances, this hasn't stopped the rest of construction. But something that can stop construction in a hurry is equipment breakdowns. Now, a lot of the times this isn't a big deal. Most of the things that break on equipment are easily replaceable. However, there are always those instances that something breaks, the part isn't available, and you need to find a whole new piece of equipment to finish the work because we still have a timeline. There are also equipment breakdowns and things that can't just easily be replaced, like the plant where they make asphalt. If that breaks, there isn't usually a very close replacement for that equipment, so you have to wait for those to be fixed, and that could severely delay construction. Finally, weather. Weather can be the biggest factor in delaying construction, especially on highway and heavy construction projects. Sometimes even a little bit of rain can cause everything to shut down, and sometimes you have to wait even longer because you have to wait for materials to dry out, and a lot of times you have to dig up those materials to help them dry out. Other weather conditions that can impact construction are severe cold or severe heat. For example, these severe cold or hot temperatures can affect concrete negatively. That's why a lot of the times in the summer, concrete's poured at night, and in the winter, you'll see concrete with blankets covering it. And finally, wildfires. Well, lightning that causes wildfires. Wildfires were something I hadn't considered until the wildfires in Oregon of 2020. These wildfires shut down a construction project I was on in a very unexpected way. The first thing, and maybe a little more obvious, they shut down roads, limiting access to our site, which was already remote and had limited access. 2, the Forest Service hired all of the trucks they could to haul equipment, water, whatever they could haul. So there was no way of getting materials onto our construction site, and I wasn't about to get a wheelbarrow out and push it down the highway. So whether it's material availability, inspections, equipment breakdowns, or weather, just remember construction's very complex and there are a lot of variables at play, and there are a lot of people working very hard to get projects done to make your life a little bit better. I hope you learned something from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.